Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. I am Cher, and today I have another product in from Luminess Cosmetics. We're going to be looking at the brand new launch. It should be launching today, May 15th. This is more in their airbrush spray line. We're going to be looking at the Tinted Moisturizer, brand new today, as well as this makeup eraser. I'm very fascinated to play with this. So if you want to see what this is like, we're going to do a little test on it and talk about it. Stick around and we'll hop right on in. Okay guys, so I am Cher and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I have several different videos out there where I have tested a lot of different products from Luminess. I don't work for Luminess, but they have sent me this product as well as all of the others in the past in PR. So basically, you know, they just like to send it to see what I think and give my thoughts on it. They have not asked me to do this video. It's not sponsored. However, the product was gifted. So this is a brand new one. I have probably done 6 or 7 videos now so far. I have an entire playlist now dedicated just to airbrush foundation. So if you want to go check that out and other products from Luminess and try to figure out which one might be right for you, you are welcome to go check that playlist out. I'm going to link it here for you. I also have been planning to do a video where I compare all the different products that I have from them and kind of walk through it all for you, so that maybe if you're confused and you don't know where to start, but you're interested in Luminess, maybe you'll understand the differences between these products and how they all work, since I've been able to test a lot of them out for you. So now that I have this one too, this is the third in this line of sprays that I've tried or will be trying. And so I definitely think that I can make that video for you now. I have so many of these products, so be looking for that too. I'm working on it. I will get that one to you. So you'll want to stay tuned if you're interested. Okay, so let's get started and start talking about this one today. Brand new product launching. I'm very fascinated. So, you know, tinted moisturizers, first of all, are like kind of very big right now. I think a lot of people are really into more skin. Skin is in, as they say, and I've been talking about this in my traditional foundations and whatnot. So I'm really excited to see it showing up in the airbrush. And so a little bit about the difference of this airbrush versus some of the other airbrush ones. You know, in the past, I've talked about and brought to the channel their airbrush device. And this is what I use. There's a couple different devices that they have, and this is what I use on my clients. I am a freelance makeup artist, and when they opt for airbrush, I use more of one of those two devices on them. You know, if you're not familiar with airbrush, basically in a nutshell, it's more of a spray to kind of give you like all one continuous mist on the face for foundation, as opposed to your traditional ones that you build up with a brush. But Luminess did come out with more of the airbrush line in a spray. And so they've been kind of adding to this collection recently. And so with that more airbrush spray, which is quite innovative, with that one, you can spray it onto the brush and then apply it directly onto the face. And what's nice about this is you're getting some of those same benefits you could get from traditional, but in an airbrush formula. So basically, you know, in traditional foundation, sometimes it's almost better for certain skin types because you can use the brush to spot build your coverage. So for example, you know, I have this age spot right here that I need more coverage here to cover that than I do the rest of my face. With your regular airbrush device, it might be harder to do that without the whole face looking cakey, because wherever you build one spot, you kind of have to keep coming back over with several passes to like make it all even. Whereas with a traditional foundation, you can use the brush and kind of just build up that spot, but then keep it fairly thin in other places, if that makes sense. And so the airbrush spray, this little system really helps you be able to do that better. So you're getting the advantages of airbrush formula, but with a brush. And so that's been fantastic. So they came out with that little spray, and I have a video where I kind of tested that system first. And then They followed back behind with different versions and different options within that spray. And I did just recently do the one that is more covering, full coverage. So we tested that one out. So now on the opposite end of full coverage, we have Tinted Moisturizer, which is going to be a lot lighter coverage for you. Should feel even more light on the skin. You know, we'll see. We'll play with it and find out. But yeah, so that is the latest product now. And so that's what we're going to play with. So I just wanted to kind of explain a little bit of that to you. And then we have a makeup eraser. So excited about this. I guess this is like a makeup remover. Moisturizing easy removal. So we're going to play with that and see what it's all about. I don't even know. We're going to find out. So let's dig in. And obviously, I'm first going to probably start off with the Tinted Moisturizer. This one did not come with a primer, by the way. So I'm just going to go straight on in. The idea with this is, I'm also probably not even going to put on moisturizer because the idea is it's a tinted moisturizer. So kind of like your CC creams and your BB creams and, you know, tinted sunscreens and things like that, same idea. So I'm hoping that means it's more moisturizing and whatnot. It does say it's hydrating light coverage. So I'm just going to go straight in with it. In the past, I've done a little shower cap to cover my hair. But, you know, honestly, I was thinking about it, and you really don't need that when it's more of this spray because we use the brush with it. So let's dig right on in. I don't think this even came with instructions this time for me. But I've used it so many times that, you know, I know the drill by now. I do have a little discussion last time about where you hold the spray because a lot of people get very worked up about how far I was holding it, whatnot. I think the last one told me like 3 inches or something, and I brought out the measuring tape just to measure it to make you guys happy. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that I'm not going to worry about all of that again. I just eyeball it and tell where I think it goes. I honestly, when I followed the tape measure rule, I really didn't like it as much. I felt it was too close. So anyway, I am going to just play it by ear on how I think it's going on and how I like it. And, you know, if y'all don't like where I'm holding it, well, you can fast forward, you can click off, whatever you decide to do. Let's keep it all positive and full of light here, shall we? All right, let's dig in. I think I discovered last time I had been using this for like the primer and this side for the foundation, but we did discover that it was better. The way that we use this brush is going to be this for kind of like the overall face, the bigger side of the brush, and this side more for like the smaller sections to dig into, you know. So I think that was better. You know, it's probably going to give you a little bit more intense spot coverage, and this is going to be your overall fluffy brush. So that's how I'm going to be using the brush today. All right, I'm going to shake this up. I'm going to turn the brush this way, turn it that way so y'all can see, and that's probably about where we want it. Cover that brush. I'm going to go straight in for the spots and see how it does. So that's actually still a nice coverage in my opinion. Definitely fairly lightweight though, but you know, all of them still felt pretty lightweight to me. The full coverage one felt a little thicker, but like the original formula that I tried was still pretty lightweight in my opinion. And we'll do this side, and we're just going to kind of build it up just like I would traditional foundation. Here is like one pass kind of done. I'm going to come back over the spots a little bit more. Usually like right in here is where my worst parts are. And just see if we can get a little bit more. I will tell you that my traditional foundation doesn't cover these spots. Even my full coverage ones, like you can see a hint of them peeping through. So I usually do need to do like a color correcting concealer if I truly want to cover this, just to let you know how it performs against your traditional ones. But wow, I mean, so far this is beautiful, and it's blending so evenly, and I don't feel anything on my skin. I mean, I don't even know it's there. It's really, really light. Yeah, it feels amazing. And I just feel like it definitely looks quite natural. What do you guys think? Like I said, you can still see a little bit coming through, but that's exactly how it would be, you know, in a traditional one as well. But this is even lighter than some of my tinted moisturizers and beauty balms. Like, it feels even lighter than that. So that's pretty awesome. I'm going to use this side now and just pop in on some of these smaller spots. So like I'm going to kind of come behind the nose. I'm still saving under the eyes more for concealer. So like with Airbrush, we still kind of use this, especially since it comes with a brush. I still kind of use it the same way I would traditional foundation, where I'm still going to come in with concealers. I still use powders. I know a lot of people I get a lot of questions from you guys on the Airbrush, like, oh, I had to use a powder. Yes, I still use powders in freelance makeup. I basically am just using the Airbrush the exact same way I would traditional. So I'm still going to layer all those other things too. You're just getting some benefits of this in your foundation alone. Okay, and then I'm coming back in for one more pass. So this will be what? Second overall pass or third pass? So the way that the passes work, this is our second or third pass now, is basically, you know, you apply a certain amount, and then depending on how much coverage you want, you come back in and do another round, or what they call a pass. So if you want to keep building it up more, you would just keep coming back in with, you know, 2, 3 passes or so. So this is like our second or third. It's probably our second full pass, but I did some spot building as well on those age spots. And really, you know, if you're going for light coverage anyway, you probably don't need more than a couple of passes, honestly, because I think if you want more coverage than this, would opt for one of those other options, like the full coverage one or that original one, you know. So there's different versions of this spray. This is going to give you the one that's most, you know, tinted moisturizer like. It's definitely hydrating, smooth, and so light and airy. I don't feel a thing on my skin. So love it. This is a wonderful option. The Airbrush, you know, when would you opt for this as opposed to a traditional tinted moisturizer? This is still going to help with pictures. It's still going to help with, you know, on screen, on film like I am. It just really gives that overall even balanced skin tone look. Excellent for photography. Holds up well. It's a little more transfer proof than traditional is. It's not 100% transfer proof, guys. It can come off a little, but for the most part, it's a lot more transfer proof than your traditional foundation is. Holds up well in sweaty, you know, weather conditions, all of those things, humidity, you know, lasts well. There is some like discussion on, does it last longer than traditional? Some people say it does, some say it doesn't. I have found both are about equivalent for me, for my clients, honestly. But yeah, lots of benefits though of the Airbrush. So you could still get some of those great benefits of Airbrush, but in a tinted moisturizer form. It's so nice and light and airy. Now let's play around with this one, which is the Makeup Eraser. Wow, okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and use this to remove the, you know, the foundation itself. So let's shake it up and see. I really don't know what you do with this one. I'm going to assume maybe we can use the same brush. We'll see. And then I'm going to just apply it to the face. Look at there. Yeah. It's removing all the makeup. How easy is that? Now, I didn't have on other makeup, so I'm not sure. I mean, it's removing the foundation. Maybe I'll test it out with, like, I don't know, eyeliner real quick. Let's see what it does on that. You barely even need like a towel or anything like you normally would. You could use the brush to just remove it, but then, you know, I may follow behind with one just, you know, to kind of remove the excess. Huh. Wow, that is pretty cool. Let's try out, like, if I were to do eyeliner real quick. If I come in with, I don't know, a little dab of eyeliner, because that's always like one of the hardest things to remove. And then I'm going to put a little dab on the small brush part. And see if it stings or not. I'm not feeling a stinging. Yeah. Cool. You know, it takes a little dabbing the same way it does other makeup removers, you know. But what a fantastic way to get in there by just having like the little brush to remove everything. So, wow. I love that. That is a great, easy way to get all of this off. So that's everything, guys. That's the system, this new latest release that drops today. I will try to put the info down in my caption. I don't know if it is there. All the details are there yet on the website even, but whenever it does get there, I'll try to update it for you. I'll put, you know, Luminess's website down there and you can shop around. Make sure that you stay tuned because I will bring you guys that video soon where I compare all the systems and we'll talk about it. And again, if you want to check out that playlist where I cover some of the other ones, you are welcome to browse through that one as well. So yeah, I hope that that was helpful for you. And let me know if you're interested in Airbrush yourself. If you have any questions on this, I'm happy to answer them. I get a lot on the system. Like I said, I don't work for Luminess, but have used enough of their products now that I do know enough to probably help you on some things. So that's everything for today. I also cover a lot of other topics here on the channel. I do a lot of beauty boxes because it's a great way to sample amazing beauty releases and whatnot, but I also cover a lot of other things as a freelance makeup artist. I look at a lot of the new release makeup, a lot of beauty news. I love to do vlogs as well. So if any of those topics interest you, you'll want to stick around and pop that subscribe, and you'll want to stick around here so that you don't miss that next video and more products from Luminess and other airbrush systems as well. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.